What's going on, guys? My name is Jake,
I'm Jesus.
and this is your Body Comp Prescription, where we help you navigate through all things health and fitness. Today, we're going to talk about another fitness TikTok video that we found interesting. So we'll go ahead and play that for you, and then we'll break down what's happening and if the information is good or not.
So this kind of thinking is so common but so flawed. For starters, Arnold and Ronnie and all the other legends did a lot of things that you probably shouldn't and couldn't. It's not their fault, the industry just didn't know better at the time. For example, some of the greats in other sports used to smoke cigarettes on the bench because at the time they didn't realize that there was an issue with that. Science has come so far since their time, and that's why nowadays the pros are even more developed and conditioned, like the Allfather himself.
You know, I love that he's saying like that this is really a flawed way of thinking because dudes like Arnold, dudes like Ronnie Coleman obviously won multiple Olympias. They're physical specimens, and trying to emulate everything that they did with the information that we have now is almost kind of like a waste of time, like obviously their genetics are better than mine. I can't control that, but beyond that, like doing certain things that they did training wise, and stuff like that, they didn't know any better, so like their only mission was to get big by any means possible, basically, right?
And a lot of them were under the impression you had to do 40 sets per workout if you wanted to see growth.
It's so unnecessary to be doing basically overtraining, to the point where they're breaking down their muscle so heavily and doing so much unnecessary volume to the point where they're just like, it's like it doesn't even help you anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same exact thing. I think nowadays our science in general has improved so much compared to back in the days that we have everything from our nutrition, our training, even our recovery. It's literally broken down even to a number, right?
Mhm.
And I think back in the days they didn't necessarily have all the tools. They may have had some tools, but not everything. There's so many different kind of recovery methods, so many different kind of training methods now. There's so many different kind of nutrition plans they could be doing, and they didn't have that back in the day, so it's not fair to justify that.
I mean, some of these legends used to drink their eggs.
So yeah, just like he said, back in the days they would do things that we don't do nowadays, right? Back in the days I had my uncle telling me to drink a cup of eggs because that would make me stronger and make me harder. But like nowadays I don't need to do that. If I want to get bigger, there's many different ways I could do that now. I don't need to have a glass full of eggs.
And that's another thing. All of these guys were on steroids. Now, steroids aren't going to do the work for you, but they are going to help you make progress in spite of suboptimal methods. That fact alone should explain why you shouldn't necessarily train like they did. Not to mention, the legends are legends for a reason, and it wasn't because they just worked harder than their competitors or used superior training methods.
Yeah, I mean, being on steroids allows you to do some pretty crazy things, and obviously we don't want to take away from any of their success, their physique, anything like that, because it does take a lot of work and a lot of effort to get to that point, and I won't I won't ever be there, so I don't even know what that's like. But, again, there are so many ways, and for the average person to achieve their goals, right, when it comes to fitness, you don't have to be doing Arnold's arm workout to get bigger arms. There's very basic training principles that we've even talked about before here that allow you to build muscle. If you want to lose fat, there are other ways to lose fat than doing like 8 meals a day, like most of them do, having 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight, and then doing like 2 hours of cardio like they do. So again, you guys have to keep in mind that these idols or OGs or whatever you like want to call them, right? They they were a different breed of people in combination with not knowing any better. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of what they did was bro science, but now what we have is real science. And
Mhm.
again, unless you're a genetic freak and you're trying to compete in open bodybuilding and this is what you want to do, then maybe yeah, you can give it a shot, but there should be no reason you're doing excess volume, overtraining, and going over the top with absolutely everything because it's not necessary to achieve very basic things like they were trying to, but because of their extra help that they got, it just got exacerbated, or exacerbated. Yeah. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments below. Hope you guys are enjoying the shorter style videos and hope you all have a great day. But until next time, guys, peace.